I'm talking about episodes. I'm talking about episodes. I got a lot of episodes
for you. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love.
Hey.
Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly.
I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. If you've been paying attention, we just got through doing a live show with the 9 Nerd Yards. You know what I'm saying? If you guys haven't, go over there and check us out. If you're here because of the 9 Nerd Yard show, then thank you for joining us over here. We appreciate you. You know what I'm tapping back now.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate the love.
And if you're here and you're not subscribed, do that right now. That's it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like and subscribe. Please feel free to do that. And if you haven't heard 9 Nerd Yards, go over there and check them out. We'll leave the description, leave the links to their channel in the description. But today, I am so excited. We are talking about season 3 premiere of Warrior, a show that is the brainchild of film and kung fu legend Bruce Lee. The show has had a strange journey. For some reason, this show has managed to survive.
Yeah. Tell them about it, Alex. You know why? This motherfucking Warriors. Goddamn it! I don't know what the fuck is going on.
They are warriors. They're fighting.
Warriors.
They fight to survive.
Warriors.
Before we get into like the premiere of season 3, just real quick, what did you think of just like the first 2 seasons? Like, how do you dig into this show?
First 2 seasons was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like the fact that you could tell that the main character, Assam, he wasn't really in a lot of shape. He wasn't in like greatest shape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be like playing a Bruce Lee character. And you just like, whoa. Like, as the second season goes on, you're like, oh, he's getting into more shape. And in the third season, he's in better shape. So it's like he's growing, even though that may not have been the intention. You know what I'm saying? It is like he's growing and the character is growing. He's getting older, more experienced and honing his skills as a master of kung fu.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely see the progression of just like not even the physicality, but also the acting. Like you can see his acting kind of grow from season to season.
Definitely.
And yeah, I just really like I really love this show. I was surprised.
The problem is his acting before. He's British.
Yeah, I'm sure that hurts when you're trying to fight that accent. You're trying to.
It's gotta be hard, and he's like,
it's gotta be hard. Too. Yeah. He's got a pretty thick accent. I was surprised when I saw him in an interview. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, like it's been a crazy ride for this show. The daughter of Bruce Lee, Shannon Lee, she was her and Justin Lin, who's directed a lot of the Fast and Furious movies. They partnered up and they made the show, and it's been fucking great. I caught wind of this show just because I've been caught wind of this show just from watching a YouTube channel, Corridor Crew. They were talking about the fight scenes. I was like, oh damn!
Shout out to Corridor Crew.
Shout out to Corridor Crew. I watched their video and I was like, oh man, these fight scenes are amazing. And then after watching the show, the story was also really incredible. You don't get a lot of cool kung fu shows going on like this. It was
not at all.
It was modern and throwback all at the same time with a lot of history, like real life history in there too. So I'm loving it. But let's talk about season 3.
Let's touch on it.
Oh man, what did you think of the way that it just like opened up with obviously the Tongs are still fighting each other because we get this amazing fight scene with Assam versus basically the entire what is it? Man, I forgot what the name.
Long Hai.
Yeah, the Long Hai dynasty. Yeah, the Hopway and the Long Hai.
Yeah, it was a great scene. Busting out right at the beginning of the series. Just let's go. Boom, boom, boom. This is how it is right now. It's agitation. We feeling itchy. We feeling itchy because we're not getting no sticky. And I'm going to start getting sticky right now. If y'all is dead, and then they start killing each other. It was great. It's like Gangs of New York with Chinese people.
Yeah, that's a very good comparison. Yeah, it's like Gangs of New York, but like everybody is a world class.
That's why y'all come here, son. You know what I'm saying? That's why you come here, because you want to get that good information, the good comparisons. You know what I'm saying?
And you get everything that you really loved about
cogent analysis.
Cogent analysis. That's what we're all about over here.
Analysis.
Very sophisticated adjectives. But we. Like this first opening scene, it really gives you everything that you loved about the first 2 seasons. Like you get the camaraderie with all the Hopway, and you see Assam whooping everybody's ass. You get some Bruce Lee poses in there, and then we get to see him fight against I forget the actor's name, but yeah, he gets to fight the other leader of the Lao Win.
Long High.
Oh, god damn it, I'm terrible.
Oh man, this is gonna be real. Hey, so look, drink every time we pronounce somebody's name wrong on this show.
Gosh. But yeah, we're gonna be wasted.
We're not drinking. It's their drinking game, not our drinking game.
Oh god. Oh yeah. So, yeah, don't listen to this podcast while you're driving if you're doing a drinking game. But yeah, I love this opening fight scene, and you also get like the relationship between Assam and Bill.
Me? You know what I mean?
This is one of the bills that isn't like a total piece of shit that's in television. Actually, we mentioned that before. He's mostly a piece of shit, but he
was in the first 2 seasons.
Used to be a piece of shit.
In the first 2 seasons, he definitely was that.
Yeah, he was. But you could. I like the way they introduce him in this with him and Assam, and you see that they have sort of like an understanding, because he was like, he had him dead to rights, but he was even about to let him go before Assam just escaped on his own.
Exactly. But, he just wanted to have a conversation. He ain't seen his friend in a while. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, yo, dog, what's up, man? What's been going on, man? And why y'all out here fighting? This is crazy. But
why y'all out here fighting?
You might want to get up out of here. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He's Batman. I think they stealing a lot of Batman. We'll talk about it later, the latest episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of Batman vibes for Assam in season 3. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The long Z, and I know this because I wrote it down. The long Z are expanding their ranks by assimilating.
I kept calling them the Long High.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, there's Long Z, Long High, long something. They're getting along here.
They be getting along, and y'all, we eventually get it right, because we, write things down.
We do.
The Long Z are expanding their ranks by assimilating other Tongs, including one rung by Kong Pak, a.k.a. Mark DeCasco, a.k.a. Jimmy Lee. Oh, man.
You said it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Double Dragon.
We're talking Double Dragon, man. Like, so Inside Baseball, we did an episode of Doesn't Hold Up of Double Dragon. It just kind of didn't. It ended up getting deleted, but it
ended up not doing well. Yeah.
But we ended up having to do that one over. But
technical difficulty.
It's crazy how much we've been talking about Jimmy Lee this year. I feel like we spoke this into existence. What did you think? Because I literally gasped when I saw him the first time. What did you think?
Well, Jimmy first Lee? I did not gasp. That's the first thing. That did not happen.
No gasping.
I did not gasp, but what I did do was go, oh man, that's Jimmy Lee. I wonder if Alex, and then you was like, it's fucking Jimmy Lee. And I was like, oh, well, he knows. I think he realized that's Jimmy Lee. Because I was like, yo, he ain't gonna. He probably. I wonder if he realized it yet. Boom. Definitely realized it. I was like, oh shit, this nigga crazy.
I was so excited.
He's not lying. He talked. He yelled out loud. He OL.
One of the things that we talk
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever the thing where you roll over and laugh and shit. But one of the things we talk about on Does It Hold Up is Asian All-Stars. This show is obviously chock full of them, but this is one of the Asian All-Stars.
Chopstick joke? What was that?
What?
Is that like a martial arts joke? Chop full of them?
Oh, chock full. This like no.
Look, dude, it's not racist. It's just they chop stuff in martial arts. Jeez, man.
No. But I'm just saying that's not what we're mind with.
Chop suey.
But I forgot even what I was talking about. But
cool.
But
I can keep going. Chop. Oh, actually, I don't have it anymore.
Now I remember what I was about to say.
You're welcome.
Like it kind of felt like this show had grown in a sense. It's like, we'll add a little star power. It's like who's like an Asia All-Star from the 90s that people will really appreciate, like popping up in here. It's like I feel like that was for the fans, and also he's awesome.
He's been in a lot of stuff though too. So so.
For sure, but
I'm just saying it's not all about. I'm just saying it's not all about the nostalgia effect. But he's just a really well-known martial artist. You know what I'm saying? As far as, especially with Hollywood. So I think that's more. If you're going to talk about star power, I think it comes from more of that. Like, he's from that world, so he's going to be able to contribute. He's going to be a powerful actor, and he's going to be able to contribute as a martial artist.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's like I said, like Asian All-Stars. What we talk about is always it's because these.
I don't listen to these. You said what?
I don't listen to how you said. Hold up.
Oh, you know what? I'll be saying I don't listen to you.
But yeah. Like we say on with the talking about the Asian All-Stars, because they don't get like a fair shake, and like Mark Dacascos is like an incredible actor. He's got he's really great with the martial arts, so it's cool to see him in a show like this.
I think I remember you saying the last part of what you said one time.
What?
I don't be listening to you, man.
Oh.
Well, I think I did hear that one time. I think I did hear that one time before. I think I heard you say that. You consistent.
But yeah, then what happens later? Oh yeah, like we the Hopway. There you see they're having some money issues. They're trying to get some protection money out of like old people. You see that young June's he doesn't have the discipline of his daddy for sure.
No. Yeah, we skipped through the first recap of this whole. We can't do the whole first 2 seasons. Y'all gonna have to go back and watch.
If you're here, you already watched the first 2 seasons.
Or you didn't, and you just raw. You raw like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like getting it in.
You just getting it in, dog. I feel you. You the type of dude or the type of girl who you the type of dude who like to shoot up the club. You know what I'm talking about? I know you're talking about. You like to hold on, and I know you.
But it's funny, like actually watching this first episode, like I watched this first episode maybe 3 times, and it does a pretty good job of like, it's like, you know what, like they kind of expect people to kind of come in season 3 like raw. It's like if you come in and this is their first time watching this show, it's like, okay, I can watch this whole season, then maybe like go back and watch the first 2. Like, some people are weird like that, where they can just jump in the 3rd season, but
some people are weird. You said that shit. That's true.
But I feel like it was really good at recapping just like the relationships with everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that this show had gotten canceled until it was already getting put back on TV. So I didn't have those same kind of vibes that I'm sure a lot of people did, but I felt the cinematic nature of it, where they were trying to like pull on people's heartstrings in the first 2 episodes, like hey, here are our guys. Remember this guy? Remember this guy? Remember this lady? Remember this girl?
Right.
Like, we back, baby. We all back. God damn it. We all got checked. Don't
like, you didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, if you thought this motherfucker wasn't gonna be here, you was wrong. You was wrong.
Batgirl's gone, but we're still here.
We're still here, baby.
It's pretty, yeah. But the Hopway are landing on hard times, and the solution to their economic woes come in the form of Chow.
Sorry, man. You said hard times. All I can think about is Dusty Rhodes now.
Dusty Rhodes. So,
sorry, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it. So, just look it up. Hard times, Dusty Rhodes. YouTube it.
Look it up. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, they're running on hard times, and earlier in the episode, Chow, he's selling guns to these white dudes, and he notices a bunch of cash in their back room. So,
well, it's not just that he's selling to some white dudes. He's selling to some white dudes that threatened his life.
Oh yeah, they're terrible people. It turns out. Also,
Chow said, "All right, buddy. You want to try to F me? I'm going to F you."
And you do get like that really great fight scene where like everybody's like killing these horrible white dudes and they're about to steal all their cash, and Chow is just kind of like walking around getting drunk.
Yeah.
Just watching the mayhem happen. It's a great scene. But then there's no cash, but there is something much better. Did you like the turn that they found some counterfeit plates?
I did, only because, first of all, Los Angeles, California, and California in general has a lot of counterfeit money. If I'm not mistaken, that is what the Chinese gangs were, at least it was put on them that they were the ones who were involved in the counterfeiting of money, paper monies, in the late 1800s. So who knows if this is like deadly accurate or if it's just like depicting what is inaccurate history that's already existed. But I'm pretty sure it's accurate. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So they did a good job of tying it in a way. So yeah, man, I liked it. I liked it, and it brought in a new character, which Assam is definitely gonna have sex with. It's like if you put in a new character, he gonna have sex with him. And then they brought in a new character because they had old buddy with the ropes, the beads. See, Goku.
Oh yeah.
We call him Goku.
Yeah, we call him Goku. I forget his name, but
he's a new character as well, and he's gay. So he got a new character who gay too. So we get new characters. That dude, he gonna have sex with that person. But see, we didn't get to see. We got a new character, and you're like, so I'm not gonna have sex with him. Who is this new character gonna have sex with? He gonna have sex with this man over here. You see that?
Yeah, it is interesting because this show, we just got done watching, The Idol. I feel like we're going to be talking about The Idol for the rest of the year.
Rest of the year, nigga?
Like, just because it just
rest of your life, nigga. You going to be talking about The Idol for the rest of your life, nigga. Go watch 9 Their Yards right now. Go watch our reviews on The Idol. It's way better than The Idol. I can guarantee you that.
But yeah, it's like with this show is, and has always been since the first season, a very horny show. Like there's a lot of sex scenes, a lot of nudity, but it's never feels like it's done in disservice of the story. You don't feel like it's just like a complete pause. They're definitely always trying to play a little element of
blaxploitation film, old kung fu movie, combined with modern multi-character stories. So I think they're trying to stick to the brand of the style of what the TV show was supposed to be,
right?
And stick in that style of the 70s and at the same time keep that modern element.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of blending those two, walking that tightrope for the show so far. And the inclusion of Yeon-mi, like you had mentioned earlier, it does seem actually a little bit more sweet the way that they've developed her relationship with Assam, which makes me feel like, spoilers later. I mean, like, I guess it's not spoilers, but theory, I feel that Yeon-mi is definitely going to die this season.
Cool.
Because their relationship is way too sweet.
Am I supposed to say am I supposed to say cool? No, probably not supposed to say cool, but
they're not real people.
It's cool, man. Like, kill her off.
Yeah, kill her off. I thought it'd be
kill her off in the next episode. Oh, I care. 5 episodes in, kill that girl. How many episodes are we getting? 10? 10 again?
I think we're probably getting 10 because we got 10 for the first 2 seasons, I think.
That was a different show. That was a different channel.
I'll actually look it up in a second after I ask you this, or after we transition into episode. No, we're gonna just transition into episode 2, where Yeon-mi, like earlier in episode 1, Assam and Young-jun, they threatened her dad to pay for protection money, and she comes back and offers to help them print money in exchange for her family's debt being written off. Yeah. But what she expects to be a quick tutorial ends up being essentially a full-time job.
Yeah, man. She said, "Fuck bitches, print money, fuck bitches, print money."
Yeah, that's the real gangster shit.
That's what she said, man.
It's
man,
making money's cool, but what's really cool? Making money.
Yeah, making money, print money. No, I thought it was really crazy, like how they, introduced this girl, because like, I think she's using a song, because like the way they introduce her, she's the underling in her household. She's she's not allowed to really participate in the work that they do, and you see that because she's like cleaning up when you first introduced to her, and her father and her brother. The brother is doing work, her dad's doing work, but she's over there cleaning and cooking and folding laundry and shit.
Yeah, you see the dynamic really well.
But you could tell that she's like, "Yo, this is my way to get up out of here. This is my way to get up out of this life." And I think she's trying to use Assam, and like at the end of the episode where they like bust cheeks and shit, where they slap cheeks like that. But at the end, you know what I'm talking about, the sex scene.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're talking about.
That part, I'm talking about that part.
Episode 4 spoilers.
Yeah, right. So no, like when they got to that scene, she says, "This isn't how I wanted it to go," or "This wasn't how I saw this going," or something like that. I think that's her like admission in a way, like, "Yo, I've been trying to play you this whole time, but it wasn't like, I didn't think it was gonna be this deep. Right. I thought I'd just get a little money, get some dick, and get up out of here."
Right. Yeah, because you see that she's kind of like feeling him pretty early on, but you can see he's also kind of resisting, and you also see that she's stealing from him very early on. It's like as soon as she gets an opportunity.
Yeah, I think she's a little bit more nefarious than we probably believe on face value.
Oh, definitely. Because like one of the things that kind of struck me was that she was such a good liar at first, where like she was like, when they came to the family initially to ask for help with the printing, she was like, "We don't need your kind." And I assumed that she was just going to be on that, like that was going to be her character. It was like,
she's racist towards her own people. "We don't need your kind, bitch. Talk to me like that."
But then she's the one who initiates the relationship, which like that was very surprising to me.
She trying to throw them off her tail, man. I told you she trying to make. And she said it like, if you don't got a skill as a Chinese woman in these times, you're either gonna be a prostitute or put in prison for being a prostitute and for being accused as a prostitute, and then and then deported. And
Wow.
guess what happened to Mai Ling?
Wow, what a foreshadow.
Foreshadow.
I'm telling you, this show was pretty
Foreshadow.
good. Yo. It's pretty good.
Foreshadow. 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 We
It's
got it.
also really, really sad because it's like,
Wait a minute. I'm like, somebody did just get accused of touching a white man's penis, and she didn't even touch a white man's penis, and now she's going to jail. Foreshadow.
But we do know that, like, luckily, Mai Ling, who is an incredible character, I love what they've been doing with her, but we know that she's probably gonna get out of that, because she's got like the greatest gang.
She's got a contract.
She's got a contract, and she's also got the greatest gang, in Chinatown under her thumb
What they
right
gonna
now.
do? Break her out? They've already shown that the gangs are just pussies when it comes to the police coming up there. They not busting shots at the police. They not swinging hatchets.
I mean, but yeah, I imagine there's going to be some daring do in the ways of breaking her out or getting her free.
I think Buckley is going to get her out.
Oh, Buckley. I'll still remember that dude for the rest. Every time I hear that dude's name.
I think Buckley. I think Buckley is going to get them both out, and he will, well, I don't know, have control over them, if you will. He'll have something over them. That's Buckley's way. Had me upset. Got me killed by my own wife.
And he has actually.
Sorry,
man.
you gotta watch season 1
Right?
and season 2.
You got it.
And you'll know that I'm doing an accent, a perfectly good impersonation of Mayor, the former mayor.
Oh man, he had a great voice. Sorry to see him go, but we got another great voiced character in this show. We'll talk about him in just a second, but I do want to talk about Buckley. He's kind of in the background. You see him sort of on the back burner politically here. He's
losing.
Yeah, he's fighting for re-election.
He's Trump right now,
and he fucking hates people. But what did you think of just the political side of this show? Because politics was always a big part of this show.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because as Buckley is sulking in his own wounds, he did manage to find a young lady who seems to be, for some god-awful reason, attracted to Mr. Buckley. Mayor Buckley.
Mayor Buckley. That's right. He's mayor. I keep forgetting because he got
a leg. Because he got one leg. I was prejudicing at people with one leg.
I don't believe in one leg. Everybody in legislature should have all of their limbs.
Yeah, because how you gonna stand for something if you can't?
You can't stand for something.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry if I offended anybody because I'm hilarious.
I do feel like he is getting set up to do something pretty big politically. He's the little finger of this show for sure, and he's about to do something wild.
Chow is the little finger of this show. Relax.
Well, no, I never liked Littlefinger. I like Chow. I don't know. Chow's I don't know. He's like.
You know what? I'll give him.
He's Omar
I'll give you him.
I don't know.
He's Omar, nigga. You stupid. He's Omar. You come at the king. You best not miss. No, look. What? Who is?
No,
he?
he's somebody else. No, he's not Omar.
We got to keep it in the realm of what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta. We'll think about it. I gotta think about it.
I'll give you that Buckley is Littlefinger, but I would say Chow, if he's Littlefinger, then I don't know. We'll figure out one for Chow.
Yeah, we gotta figure out.
Put it in the comments. Who is Chow?
Who is the Game of Thrones equivalent with Chow?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But we get introduced to
Chow. I know who Chow is. He's Tyrion.
He is Tyrion.
Chow is Tyrion.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, that's a good 1-to-1.
Chow's Tyrion.
Put it in the comments if that's who you thought. The best. Who
do you think? Yeah, match up your favorite Game of Thrones character.
With your favorite warrior character.
To match him up with your favorite warrior character.
Oh, that's a fun game, actually. I'm going to do that later. I'm like really going to do that. But we get introduced to the U.S. Secret Service. They're investigating the counterfeiting operation, which has led them to Chinatown because, that's where Assam and the Hopway kind of stumbled upon it. And we get this new Secret Service character who's got a great voice and he's an incredible actor, but he scares me.
Just because he's white and he's got a gun and a badge.
It doesn't take much, yeah.
He's not playing games. He's not stupid. You can tell he's not stupid. You're like, oh shit. I need to be in the house when he is at work. That's the only thing you can think of. So
yeah, that dude don't play no games. He's smiley and shit. And in another world, you could see whatever terrible thing that happened. Like it was like you just look at him and you think, who hurt you?
Let me tell you something, man. I don't trust no police be smiling. If police walk by me and I'm approaching the police on the sidewalk. If I see him smiling, I'm going across the street. Police shouldn't be happy. Police supposed to be sad or upset.
Yeah.
Or angry.
It's like when you see a security detail, nobody's smiling. Everybody's serious. Everybody's looking around trying to make,
I need you to be indifferent. I don't need you to be over there smiling. Hey, I don't trust that motherfucker. He gonna pull out the billy club and start knocking motherfuckers upside the head. He's happy that I'm walking down the street right for him. That's what he's happy for. No.
Yeah, we get introduced to him and this crazy new chief, Atwood, who is, it was assumed that Bill was going to be the new chief, but this psychotic murderer and maimer of anyone who's not white has now become the chief of police, and it's every scene where he's out in the field is really hard to watch, honestly. He just does heinous shit all the time.
He does. He's a supervillain of this show. Leary was a supervillain, but no longer. But I'm interested what's happening with Leary.
Yeah, Leary.
He's being duped by this rich guy to help him get what he wants done so that Leary can get what he wants done. Yeah. Which is just 40 jobs for 40 niggas. Really? That ain't shit, dog, you asking for. Which is basically what old buddy tells him. You're not asking for the right things. You know what I'm saying? I can help you get the right things.
Yeah, and that we get introduced to a pretty interesting villain in that sense as well. Because Leary, he's getting coached by this new politician. Damn, I haven't written it down somewhere. But
I skated around it. You didn't even have to do that. See, I've been skating around his name the whole time.
Douglas Strickland III. There we go.
Because give him a whole name. Damn.
Because we do see in the second episode he was trying to strong arm Nellie, who we saw that she was living happily out in the country with a toy with a bunch of liberated Chinese women just working the land, drinking wine, having sex, and just enjoying life.
You know what, if Whitey sees that, you know what's finna happen. Whitey see all of that right there?
They go to burn it down.
Whitey finna burn that down. I don't care what time period it is, from the Romans to the Romans Ephesians, you know what I'm saying? From Romans to Ephesians, from Philistines to the Philippines. If they see something, if they see it, they finna burn it down, dog. I was like, what in the world, bitch? You better go get some guns, bitch. You just told this white man he can't have what he want.
Yeah, that was
you better go get some guns.
I thought it was also very telling that Atoy wasn't privy to those conversations, or she, even if she was in the room, maybe I don't think that she was known. She knew all the gravity of the situation with Douglas Strickland, because she is all about that action boss, as they say. You know, she is not about to just like let somebody threaten you. She would have been like, oh no, that dude's not going to take no for an answer. But I feel like Nelly is more just like, when has she ever had someone say no to her? You know, she's a pretty white lady. She's got a lot of money. She can pretty much get whatever she wants.
Her husband, apparently, he was a dick. So I think he said no quite a lot.
Well, actually, yeah. But yeah, as far like I feel like in this new part of her life where she's just been creating this whole new world for herself, and
don't you dare close your eyes.
Like I feel like she's I'm
on a roll.
I feel like she's been in a place where she was kind of blindsided by how monstrous people can be out here in this Wild West.
Wild West.
The Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West.
Show was produced by Will Smith. But as a former friend of Nelly's late husband, because like as you had mentioned, like her husband was like a big to-do guy. He mentions that he's trying to go with a polite approach, and that was, I guess, the polite approach in the second episode, and burning everything down in episode 3 was the hard way.
The apple and the stick.
Yeah.
Except this stick had nails in it.
And it was on fire. I will say that scene was fire. Pretty fucking rad. Like it was cool. Like it was really well shot. Atoy, I love seeing her fucking fight with that sword. I could have dealt with a few more episodes of Assam, Atoy, and Homegirl just like
you might get what you want.
White dudes just through the streets.
She's back, so you might get what you want.
Yeah, she is back in the streets.
Both of them are back.
Yeah, and in episode 4, we do see that she comes back like after all the everything's burnt down. She decides she's gonna go back to Chinatown because that's the only place where she's able to protect her girls. And I thought this was a really great line where Assam was like, "Don't you want to just take a day, just rest and relax?" And she was like, "Do you have any idea how long it took to put this dress on?"
Come on, bro. You look at that extravagant ass crazy shit that she has on all the time. You know how long it took her to get ready? You ain't seen her the last 6 hours. She was just getting ready the whole time. No bathroom break. She was just getting ready the whole time.
This conversation was for this morning. Like, you can't ask me when I'm about to walk onto the court if I'm ready to play.
Right.
Episode 4 starts out on a dour note. Everybody's sad. Nelly loses her case to Strickland, and he acquires her vineyard through eminent domain, which is just terrible. Just look at Whitey work. Looking at just out here taking what he wants.
Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it and go on his way. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it and he'll go on his way.
Oh man, I hope that catches on. It's a beautiful, beautiful song that you just wrote for us.
It's coming out with my new single, There Will Be a Payday. Uncle Baby Billy's finest greatest hits. Go on, get it now.
The new single from Uncle Baby Billy, Whitey Will Take It. I can't wait for it.
Dude, that'd be amazing if a white dude came out with a song. He came out with a song. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it and he'll be on his way. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it and he'll be on his way.
And be on his way. Oh no, that's better. Oh man! Oh god! That got me weak. I forgot what we were talking about. Warrior. Speaking of which,
Whitey was taking everything in Warrior, dog. Whitey came in and fucked up the whole tong.
Oh man, yeah, the we got the cop raid. Oh wait, excuse me.
Hey yo, they came in the hallway wilding. They came in there like
Sorry,
they came in
I
there.
just want to specify, I'm not laughing about this scene.
Hey,
I'm just laughing about the song.
I know what you're laughing about. They came into the halfway talking about some Whitey, we'll take it. Whitey, we'll take it. Whitey, we'll take it, and we'll be on this way. Just beating Asian dudes in the head. Talking about Whitey, we'll take it. Whitey, we'll take it. Whitey, we'll take it, and he'll be on his way. Oh my God.
Thank you, everybody. That was the show. Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh no! I'm gonna make it through the rest of this shit. What did you think of the raid on the hot place scene? Because it was pretty rough. We get this scene where young June is getting really brutalized by
he's getting his ass whooped. Yeah, he's I was like, this is all dumb. This is all really dumb. Like, but I think it was a vehicle to get him in prison and Mai Ling in prison to get the head of the Tongs both in jail at the same time. I think it's a plot device, but hasn't revealed its purpose yet.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a good point. It is a plot device, but it also feels like a believable character moment for Atwood.
That's a good point, because I don't know what a plot device is, but I'm glad now I know.
It sounds right. It just feels like a fit. But yeah, Atwood, he seems like he is trying to find out who the leader of the Hopway is, in that scene. And that's why when he gets the reaction from young June, he's like, the ball's on you. You must be the leader of this. And that's when he starts to really go in on him. So I do think it's calculated, but by the characters, but also calculated writing wise.
I don't understand the hatred for like Asian people. Like, where does it come from? Like, like with Africans, it's like, we want you to work for us, and I want it to be for free. And so, okay, I get it. Right? I don't think it's cool at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's great anyway. Right. But I think I understand the insane logic, right?
Right.
Some people like hate Vietnamese people because they fought in the Vietnam War. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with that, but like, I understand where that hatred comes from. Why in the motherfucker is like Irish people so mad at Chinese people in America? It's like, dog.
Well, I think that they do a pretty good job in like the first couple seasons of just showing how, like these Irish Americans are already having a pretty rough go of it, and there's a bunch of Chinese people who are immigrating to America because their country is in famine. A lot of people were moving to America. That makes it seem like they picked up their bags and just moved 2 states over. But yeah, they migrated.
They made their way across the salt.
Make their way across the salt to San Francisco in large numbers, and they people were paying them for way less than they were paying minimum wage, which like it's all terrible. Like everyone should have gotten paid way more. Which Larry even mentions at one point, like, because when he's talking to one of the politicians, he's like, the politicians, like, the Chinese are willing to work for way less, and Larry's like, do you think that makes it right? That, like, you're paying these people worse,
right? Like but that's how. Just so, spoiler alert. That's how America was built, off of slave labor and next to slave labor. The Irish wised up and were like, "Yo, we're not gonna be your slave labor anymore," and they demanded fair wages, and they got them. And then they decided they were gonna use Chinese labor. Well, that goes on for about 15 years before you start seeing like anger about it, or 10 maybe it was 10 years before you start seeing anger and uprise, and eventually you do see. A ban on Chinese immigrants making it into America for like years, like until like the 60s or something like that. But anyway,
yeah, a lot of the hatred towards like Chinese Americans. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I got the low battery notification. I forgot this is unplugged. But yeah, you do get a lot of the hatred. Oh damn, what was I even talking about? I'll just cut all that.
Hatred for the Asians.
No, you already made a whole lot of good points. I'll just move on to the next thing.
You know what? You don't have to cut this out. You just leave that part in and just keep it going. But you know what? I'm not gonna sing the Whitey song no more. I was gonna sing it, and I was like, man, never mind. I was gonna sing it. I veered you off of enough paths.
No.
Before we get up out of here, I do want to talk about all of the racist terms in this show. A lot of racist terms, guys.
A lot of racist terms.
I got a list here. I got a list here of all the racist terms. No, I'm joking. I can't say most of them, otherwise this definitely will get taken down. So I'm just gonna say the ones about white people, because nobody cares about the racist words that you say to white people. So here we go. They call the white peoples ducks, and then they call everything outside of Chinatown the pond.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool.
I like that too. And that's all the racist words you're getting out of my mouth. Because the rest of them are crazy.
And I'm going to step out on a limb and ask a question. Is onions racist for someone to say if you're not Chinese?
Yeah, I think this is racist as hell. That's the N word.
Yeah, it felt like it kind of was the N word. It was like, this onion's itchy. I was like, this nigga just say nigga. Like,
he said this nigga crunk. This nigga itchy. This nigga crunk.
Wild out. But yeah, like I love also just like the language of this show. It does feel like it does have a specific way that everyone talks. Just maybe it's because of the era, or maybe it's because of the culture, but it feels like it has a voice of its own. And weirdly enough, I just looked this up because I was like, do they shoot anywhere in San Francisco? I'm wondering how they got the landscape down, but I haven't looked into it too much. They filmed this in South Africa, so I'm very curious.
That explains a lot of the dirt.
Yeah.
Maybe they just needed to get that aesthetic. You can't recreate old San Francisco in a studio.
Yeah. Shout outs to them being able to create, because the sets are pretty great. It doesn't feel like you're on a Universal lot or in a studio. It does feel pretty open.
Yeah.
So
So Alex, I gotta ask you a question, man. What are your final thoughts on this episode after Mai Ling went to prison, and we, for touching white men, you can't be touching white men. Don't you know that bitch forgot she was black?
Yeah,
you black. You got to follow black rules. See, Jacob, he died in season 2, but see, Jacob was the only one who understood.
Oh man, who was? Wait.
He was the dude who killed the mayor. He's the one.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jacob.
Jacob was the only one who understood. He was out here doing nigga things. Mm-hmm. He was passing messages and shit like it was an underground railroad. But when they told him to step out on something, he was like, "What? No." They will kill. They kill us here, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Mei Ling needed a little bit of that. So, like, my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
It's crazy how this show can get very. You can get caught up in the awesome fight scenes and the cinematography and all this daring do's, but then stuff
and the hot
happens,
ladies.
And
don't forget the hot ladies.
Hey, the hot ladies. Yeah, there's hot people on the show, but yeah, then there are things that happen that are so heartbreaking, like the thing like you mentioned with Jacob, and what's the reality of Mai Ling. Like, you know, we know she's gonna get out of this situation probably, but this happens, I'm sure, all the time. Anytime like some white dude who is married looks at an Asian woman too long, I'm sure that they hauled her off to jail, and that's what you know, the printer's daughter, I forget what her name is, that's what she alluded to earlier, and that ended up happening to Mai Ling. It's really, really sad, but it's a good kind of sad. It's like watching Lovecraft Country, where you're just like, oh man, this really happened, but it's cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, fucking old Uncle Jim died. Uncle George died, man.
Oh yeah, Uncle George. Oh god, man.
Lovecraft Country podcast coming from Podcast for Drunk Panthers as soon as we are bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Great show.
I would love to rewatch that.
Yeah, great show.
But you know
what? We'll do it when Jonathan Majors gets cleared of all charges. We will do it.
What were your final thoughts just before we
my final thought
here? Yeah, and were you have any predictions for the season?
My final thoughts, you know, I don't like making predictions on shows like this, but my final thoughts are Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it, and he'll be on his way. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it. Whitey will take it, and he'll be on his way.
Yeah, he will do that. That's pretty much the theme of this song. I'm going to be hearing that the next time I watch the show, for sure.
Whitey will take it.
Thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Stay safe, my little double dragons, and may the force be with you.